In my last two videos, you heard me tell jokes about guitarists and bassists. In this video, I'm going to hit you with some hilarious drummer jokes. And since drummers are so much easier to make fun of, I've got lots of them. Most of these are just jokes I've heard over the years, but I've also sprinkled in a few originals that I made up myself. Let me know in the comments if you think you know which jokes are mine and which ones you've heard before. Now, here are 49 hilarious drummer jokes. What do you call someone who is tone deaf but likes to hang out with musicians? A drummer. Two drummers are in the backseat of a car. Who's driving? The cops. How many drummers does it take to screw in a light bulb? 10. 1 to do it and 9 to comment on how Neil Peart could have done it better. A drummer and a bassist walk past a bar. Just kidding, no they don't. How many drummers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They have machines to do that now. How can you tell when a drummer is at your door? Because the longer he knocks, the faster it gets. What's the difference between a guitarist and a drummer? The guitarist sleeps with his own girlfriend. How do you make a bassist? Bang a guitarist's head against the wall, but not too hard or he'll come out a drummer. Why do the best bass players play so simply? So the drummer can understand. What do you call a drummer with half a brain? Gifted. What else do you call the drummer with half a brain? Overqualified. Did you hear about the drummer who finished high school? Neither did I. Why do guitarists put drumsticks on the dashboard of their cars? So they can park in handicap spots. Want more drummer jokes? I got a zillion of them. What's the difference between a drummer and a toilet? A toilet only has to take shit from one asshole at a time. Two drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. Ba-dum-ts. What's the difference between a drummer and a drum machine? You only have to give the drum machine instructions once. What's another difference between a drummer and a drum machine? A drum machine won't try to fuck your girlfriend. What does a sneeze have in common with a drum solo? Even though you know it's coming, there's nothing you can do about it. What does the blonde woman have in common with the drummer? Neither of them can tell time. Three guys are standing around. A drummer with bad timing, a drummer with good timing, and a wizard. A $20 bill falls from the sky and lands in the middle of them and they all reach for it. Who gets it? The drummer with bad timing because the other two don't exist. What do you call the smartest drummer in the world? Mildly retarded. What do you call the drummer who says he can read music? A liar. What did the drummer name his three daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2, Anna 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you spot a pretentious drummer? By all of their status symbols. Why did the drummer complain about his salad? Because it didn't have any beats. What happened to the drummer who refused to stop playing? There were serious repercussions. Why do drums make a better gift than a guitar? Because they come with no strings attached. There are 3 types of drummers, those who can count and those who can't. Why did a drummer get a tattoo of his own kit? For the symbolism. A drummer asked if I wanted to sing in his band. I said, count me in. Why are breaks between sets usually only 15 minutes? So the drummer doesn't forget how to play. Why didn't the little drummer boy get into heaven? Because he woke up the baby, for Christ's sake. How does a drummer show that he's planning for the future? He buys 2 cases of beer instead of 1. Little Billy says to his mother, Mom, I want to be a bassist when I grow up. She replies, Now Billy, you know you can't do both. How many drummers does it take to change a light bulb? Only 1, but he'll go through an entire box of bulbs to find just the right one. How do you make a drummer's eyes light up? Shine a flashlight in his ear. A cowboy and an Indian chief stood on a hill. They could hear the pounding sound of war drums getting closer. I don't like the sound of those drums, the cowboy said. The Indian chief replied, I know, he's not our usual drummer. Why did the drummer stare at the frozen juice can? Because it said concentrate. What do you call a drummer in a Volkswagen? Far from thinking. Why are drummers always losing their watches? Because they have trouble keeping time. What do you call 10 people in a drum circle? A dope ring. What has 3 legs and an asshole? A drum stool. Why would anyone ever want to become a drummer? Beats me. Why did the drummer move to LA? Because it's the only city with a name he could spell. My next door neighbor knocked on my door at 3 a.m. Would you believe that? 3 in the morning. Luckily for him, I was already awake playing my drums. How do you make a drummer laugh on Saturday? Tell him a joke on Wednesday. How do you get a one-armed drummer like Rick Allen out of a tree? Wave to him. What do 100 drummers at the bottom of the ocean sound like? A pretty good idea. Do you know any good drummer jokes that I missed? Tell me in the comments. And if you like my videos, please share them with others who might enjoy them. If you want me to keep making these videos, I need your help. Share them with friends, share them on social media, do whatever you can to help spread the word about Music Be Sharp and about me, Alice Michaels. The algorithm has been burying my videos, so I really need your help sharing them. Thanks for watching. Join me next time when I tell all the other musician jokes I know but haven't yet shared. I've still got plenty of jokes to tell, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them.